Tools and Twisties, precision tools and performance cars. Hey, today we're going to talk about 1/4-inch flex head ratchets, and in particular, how do these new Icon G2 ratchets, which are sort of taking on the mechanics world by storm, stack up against other 1/4-inch flex head ratchets. What I like, what I don't like, and maybe some buying tips on some of them. We also have a giveaway coming. We're going to do a new holiday season giveaway, and stay tuned and we'll give you details on that a little bit later in the video. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different ratchets. This is the Icon G2 1/4-inch flex head, locking flex head. Really a great ratchet. I've been using this quite a bit lately and really enjoy it. And in fact, I just bought another one. There's a sale going on right now, 40% off the Icon ratchets. But if you miss this sale, they go on sale frequently. Not often 40% off, but usually 20% off, maybe 30% off. And you may still be able to catch this 40% off sale if you're seeing this video shortly after release. But at any rate, what else we got? We got the Icon, and then we have the Gearwrench XP 120 XP, also not a locking head, but an indexed head 1/4-inch, really high quality ratchet. We'll talk about that more. Then we have a less expensive Gearwrench, sort of, we'll talk about that one in more detail. Tone 1/4-inch, again, non-locking, but indexed. The Capri locking, Capri ratchet. These are pretty new to me, but I played with them a little bit and can give you some feedback on those. The older version of the Capri ratchets, this one here is the 90 tooth, and this one here is the 72 tooth Capri. We have a Tekton 1/4-inch ratchet, also a 90 tooth, kind of a nice ratchet. This one's also fairly new. We'll talk a little bit more about this later. The DieHard, we've talked about this one before. This one is non-indexing, non-locking. And then, of course, the Koken. And the Koken is, well, it's one of my favorites, and we'll talk about that in more detail as well. And then I'll also throw in just a quick mention of the snap-on. These are not flex head, but swivel head or roto head ratchets. But we have a snap-on roto head sort of for reference, and an Olsa roto head for reference. So let's get started, and we'll talk a little bit about all of these ratchets and what I like and what I don't like. First of all, I think that the 1/4-inch ratchet is a super useful ratchet, especially when you get these longer handled flex ones. The range of sockets you can get them on is pretty good these days, and you can use them for quite a bit. And so this is a snap-on socket on this Icon, and you can see the head flex is pretty minimal. The back drag on these new Icon G2s is really good. Some of my Icons I've taken apart and re-lubed. This one is fresh out of the box, and I'll let you listen to it. Very smooth, very nice. Minimal back drag, not Koken levels of back drag, but very good back drag. The handles are great. The chrome job, the fit and finish on them is great. The locking mechanism is sort of a copy of the Matco one. There's one difference between this and the Matco one. This one works better. The Matco one is always difficult to get it to switch from locked to unlocked. And this one, when it's in lock position, it stays tight. And when it's in unlocked position, no problem. And you can switch back and forth quite easily between the two. With the head locked, there's really quite a minimal amount of play on the flex head, very minimal. And with the head unlocked, you got a good amount of back drag. It's not too floppy. It's not going to always flop over on you. It does have an adjustable screw. Sometimes these bottom out, and I'm not sure how much adjustment you'll be able to get. But overall, I really like these Icon G2 ratchets. So how does it stack up? Well, the XP, the 120 XP by Gearwrench is another very popular ratchet. Right off the bat, the biggest difference is this is not a locking flex head, but an indexed flex head with positions, and that works pretty well. Sometimes better than a locking flex head, sometimes not as well as a locking flex head. One issue with the Gearwrench is they typically have a fair amount of anvil wobble on them. And this one is no exception. There's a fair bit of anvil wobble. Does it really matter when you're working on things? I don't know. It can be a little bit annoying at times, but it is just sort of the way they do the Gearwrenches. This one is got a little bit more flex. Yeah, I'm feeling it actually in the socket rather than the head, so it's pretty good on the flex. The handle, I would say, is not quite as comfortable for my hand as the Icon, but this is a good solid ratchet, and these were also recently on sale, the 1/4 inch and 3/8 combined. for 50 or 55 bucks on Amazon. It was a great deal if you managed to score that. I think they're up to more like $70 now. I will have links to many of these ratchets or all of these ratchets in the comments below, in the description below. So make sure you check that if you're interested in these. I'll sort of point to the exact tool that we're talking about here. This is the inexpensive Gearwrench one, and I've had this for a long time, and it's nice because you can use it as a 1/4-inch hex driver as well, and then it's got a little piece in there that converts it to a 1/4-inch wrench. But this is really, it's less expensive. This one's about 20 bucks. By the way, this Gearwrench is $42 list price if you don't get it in the package, and these are $55 list price if you don't get any discount. This is only about 24 bucks. And maybe not a bad tool to have in your toolbox for those times when you need to do something and you can't get to it if you don't have another tool. But it's really just not the same quality level. The flex on the head is quite a bit. The locking mechanism isn't nearly as good. It's just, it's an inexpensive sort of gadget ratchet. But it comes in handy sometimes. So especially for driving hex bits, it's really what I use it for. I don't really use it as a 1/4-inch. But I use it as a hex bit driver sometimes when I need something long. Next up is the Capri. Now this is a locking flex head. This is a 90 tooth locking flex head. These are about 40 bucks, so pretty reasonably priced. Pretty tight on the head, a little bit more wobble than the others. A little bit of wobble on the anvil, not too bad. Back drag on this is actually really nice, really good back drag. Now, one of the big differences on this is that you cannot leave it in unlocked mode. You push the button, it unlocks, you set it in a position, you relock it, and that's it. You can't have it stay in an unlocked position. And, that may not be a problem for you, or it may, bug the heck out of you. So just be aware of that. Metal handle instead of the comfort handles. I'm good with either. I like metal handles. Unless I'm working outside in the cold, metal handles are fine. I'm also not wrenching on cars 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So, maybe for the pros that are doing it every day, all day long, having a comfort handle is going to just make their lives a little bit easier. For me, I like the way that the hard handles clean up so easily and stay looking good for quite a long time. So the Capri locking head flex. This is an older Capri. Sorry about that. This is an older Capri 72 tooth, and this is a non-locking flex. So it doesn't have index, doesn't have locking. And it's funny because I like a lot of the Capri ratchets. They're excellent. But the 1/4-inch in this 72 tooth version has a ton of back drag. And I tried 2 of them, and it was the same. The 3/8 one, non-locking 72 tooth, lovely, lovely ratchet. In the 1/4-inch, tons of back drag. Like really bad. So yeah, that one is the older, less expensive, but that one's also about 22 bucks. So it's pretty inexpensive ratchet. So, maybe for 22 bucks, you can live with a little bit of back drag. Then we have the Tone. This is another indexed flex head, non-locking, but nice index feature, very compact head. One of the most compact heads out there. The Icon is a pretty compact head, but compared to the Tone, still way much bigger of a head. So this one's nice when you need to get into a tight spot. The flex on the joint, the flex joint is nice and tight. The wobble is minimal. Back drag on these is pretty good. Not best in class, but pretty good. I like the all metal handles. I like the feel of the handles. Tone is a Japanese brand, and the internet will, either swear that these are absolutely made in Japan, like it says on the thing, or swear that they're absolutely made in Taiwan. So you can believe what you want to believe. Tone has said they are made in Japan, so I'll take their word for it for now. Although they do look very similar in head design and style to some other ratchets, which are known to be made in Taiwan. So it's not clear whether it's just a handle that's made in Japan or the whole thing. Tone says the entire thing is made in Japan, so we'll go with that for now. So the Tone flex head, that one is 41 bucks. So a little bit more expensive, but they vary in price. Tekton flex head. This is another indexed flex head ratchet. So it has detents, but no locking feature. The detents are nice and solid. Comparing it to Gearwrench, very similar. It's a little bit of a shorter handled one. It's a sealed head ratchet, which is nice sometimes. The flex on the flex joint, a little bit more, not too bad. Flex on the anvil, not too bad. Sockets, yeah, you get a little bit of wobble on there. You know, it's a nice ratchet. It's a $40 ratchet. It might not be my first choice, but Tekton has an amazing warranty, so sometimes that can make the difference. Up next is the DieHard. This is a non-locking flex head, non-indexed flex head. These were just on sale recently too. I did another video on these and they were quite well priced. A little bit more wobble on the anvil, pretty tight, really tight on the flex joint. A good amount of drag on it, so it's not going to flop over on you. Back drag on these is pretty good. Pretty good, you know, better than the Tone, not as good as Koken. And then there's the, you know, sort of the reference standard in my book at least, which is the Koken. Super light back drag, super comfortable ergonomically. The fit, and let's throw a Koken ratchet on this one, just to show you. Super tight fit on the anvil, just the right amount of drag. There's one detent right at the 90 degree and a detent straight and a detent here. So it is a non-locking, but it has 3 detent positions in it. You can't detent it in a position like this, but that's okay. This is probably one of the ones I grab for most frequently. And then snap-on Roto head, and the Roto heads are nice. You know, a lot of people love the Roto heads. You can use them sort of as a bit driver sometimes and ratchet things in. And I've had this snap-on one for a while, and you know, I use it occasionally. I tend to use a handled extension when I want to sort of do this with a socket instead of using the Roto heads. But Roto heads are also known to have a little bit more back drag, and sure enough, this one has, you know, a decent amount of back drag, especially for a snap-on. Quite an expensive ratchet. This one's about 165 bucks list price. And then the Olsa Roto head. So the Olsa compared to the snap-on, very similar design. Olsa makes some decent ratchets. This one's pretty reasonably priced at $27. A little bit stiffer on the pivot, but it is fully adjustable. I think I stiffened this one up a little bit. Back drag is about the same as the snap-on. You know, nice little ratchet, hard handle. For, you know, 27 bucks. It's if you don't have any other Roto head 1/4 inch, probably a good one to throw in your box. So what do I like? You know, these icons are great. I mean, I think that, you know, maybe at the full price, $55, it wouldn't be my first pick. At 40% off, this is an absolute go grab it while you can. And even at 20% off, these are really good. These are really good. It's hard to find a ratchet that's any better. I would say that the Koken is a better ratchet at a significantly higher price. This is, you know, varies from $100 to $160 depending on the source and the sale. But the Kokens are lovely ratchets, and but they're more limited. You know, it's not as long of a ratchet. It's a smaller head ratchet. So it's really a different use case. This is going to be my, you know, sort of daily driver 1/4 inch. This is the one I grab most frequently, especially if I'm using a, you know, a bigger 14 inch or, you know, have a bolt or something that's got a slightly higher torque. And the Koken is more my fine, you know, fine tool stuff, or I'll step up to the 3/8 inch in a Koken. But man, the back drag on that is just, it's nothing compared to all the rest of them. I'll let you listen to that. So Koken, first choice, but slightly different price class. Icon, you know, top tier, really like it. Gearwrench, if you want a locking, if you want an indexing ratchet, I'd say that's also top tier. The 120 XP is really nice. More back drag, a fairly noticeable amount more back drag than either the Icon or the Koken, of course. But nice handles. You know, I think the Icon's a better ratchet, and I think that the decision between these two would come down to, do you want a pure locking flex head or do you want an indexed flex head? If you want an indexed flex head, or if you're a real Gearwrench fan, go for the Gearwrench. Otherwise, I think the Icon has it. This Gearwrench, you know, I probably shouldn't have even put it in the comparison because it's really a different tool. This is really a 1/4 inch hex long bit driver that has an adapter on it. But if you think it's going to substitute for one of these, in my mind, it really does not. The Capri, nice, but I think that there's enough other options out there that this locking push button flex head is too much of a compromise, that I probably wouldn't choose it. I will also say that I got this one first, and this is also the same exact tool. And I got a chance to check out Capri's warranty, which was excellent. They replaced it very quickly, no hassles. But this one has a problem where when you're pushing the release button, it sticks in sometimes, and it turns into a pure flex head. The button doesn't pop out, and if you bang on it, sometimes you get it to pop out. It's not popping out now. So at any rate, defective out of the box ratchet. As I said, Capri was very quick and very good about replacing it with one that works, and I've had no problems with this one. But I'd rather not have, defect rates on ratchets. Could be just luck of the draw. Let me know if you've had these Capri ratchets and if you've had any problems with these buttons sticking, or if having that push button lock mechanism bothers you. Tekton, or this is the old Capri. Boy, it's crazy. The back drag on this thing this is a no, because the back drag, and I don't know why. The 3/8 one is great. The 1/2 inch one is great. And the 2/4 inch ones I've tried, terrible, terrible back drag. So that one's a no for me. I do like the Toneys. I'm a big fan of these Toney ratchets. Reasonably priced, 41 bucks. Sometimes they're a little bit less expensive. And, for a made in Japan, if you believe it's a made in Japan ratchet, that is a pretty good price. The indexing is great. The small head is great. The push button release is great. The anvil is nice and tight. The flex joint is good. I think that's a yes. The Tekton, not bad. It's not bad. It's a pretty basic ratchet. It's $40. I would say that at that price point, there's better choices. Nothing wrong with this one, but I would be taking the Toney over it. I would probably be taking, the Gearwrench. Up next is the DieHard. This is a $30 ratchet. These were just on sale as well for, I think like 22 bucks. And even at the 31 bucks, I think that Advance Auto sells these, and pretty much always 15% off mail order. So it's really 31 bucks minus 5. So it's like, I don't know, 28 bucks or something. Pretty nice, non-indexed, non-locking. More back drag than some of the others, but not terrible. A nice sort of budget choice ratchet. Throw that one in the yes pile. Snap-on, lovely if you want a roto head. I have a hard time recommending a $165 ratchet, so put that one in the no pile. The Olsa roto head, 27 bucks as a roto head. Yeah, sure. So what does that give us? Olsa roto head, DieHard, non-locking flex, Toney indexed, very small head, push button release, probably made in Japan. The Koken, lovely, lovely ratchet, but on the small side, and this is the bigger one. They have one that's a little bit smaller. I don't think they have a 1/4 inch that's any longer than this one. So it's a little bit of a smaller ratchet. It doesn't have a lock. It doesn't have indexing except for those 3 positions. So yeah, if it's in your budget, grab one of these. You'll love it. You'll use it all the time. But that comes back to the #1 pick that I have, especially with the sale, is this Icon locking flex head. It's a great ratchet. I think Harbor Freight did a great job. The warranty is superb. I've had no issues with these. Some people have, some people have complained that they get stuck. But they're easy to relube. They're super easy to warranty. And I think that the design and engineering on them is great. It's a great choice. So giveaway. What we have for the next giveaway, holiday season giveaways, we're going to do this Tekton pick set. And that's this set over here. And move these ratchets out of the way. I like this pick set. This is a US made Tekton pick set. This is a second set that I bought as a giveaway. I have another set that I've used, but this is a brand new set that I'll be giving away. Yeah, it's a 5-piece pick set, US made, hard handles. I like the handles on them. I have a lot of pick sets, including an old and a new version of the Snap-on. On these Snap-ons, I can't remember what the price is, but they're expensive. And honestly, I like the handles on these Tektons better. I like the handles on the Tektons better than these new Snap-ons. So yeah, I think that for a US made, quality, easy to warranty, great company to deal with, this is a great pick set. So in order to enter for the giveaway, make sure you're a subscriber and make a comment and let me know which of these ratchets or which of these tools you liked best, or what you'd want to see a review of, or a comment of any sort, as long as you're a subscriber. At the end of the holiday season, I will pick a winner. I'll have the computer pick a winner at random, and you'll get this brand new set of Tekton picks, and hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy them. So that is our 1/4-inch ratchet showdown for today. Tools and Twisties. Hope you got something out of it. Please subscribe if you want to see more. We have some new videos coming up. We have an Amazon tool haul video coming up and some other things in the works. So if you want to see more content similar to this, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. And that is Tools and Twisties, and we are out.